welcome back. Today we will be looking into the file structure of Visual Studio 2022 Community Edition, and we will start adding files and projects so that we can code together from now onwards. So once you open your Visual Studio 2022, you will see this window, and from this window click this create a new project button. When you click this button, you should find something like blank solution here. If you don't find this blank solution, search for the blank solution here, and then you should see something like this here. Select this. It will create an empty solution containing no project. So we want to start from scratch. So this is the best approach. So select this and click next. Here you will find two fields, one for the solution name, another for the address or the path where the project should be created. Mm, You can name it anything you like. So for simplicity, let's just call it Hello World. And we'll be creating this here in this folder. This is my default location. Yours will be different, so you can change it by clicking this button. But so after setting these two things, click create button, and once it gets created, the Visual Studio Code Windows main window open up. So this is the main window, and we'll be seeing this a lot, and we will be using this a lot, and you will be using this a lot in your career, in your throughout career. So to get started, just just click this solution Hello World and right click on this and click this go to add and add a new project. So this is basically an empty solution, and solution a solution can contain multiple projects. But for beginners, only one project is sufficient because you know more complex projects are interlinked together to perform complex solutions. So now in this empty solution, we need to create an empty project. And if you don't see this empty project here, again, you search for the empty project in this search field, and you should see this empty project with C++. Select this, click next, and this is where you name your project. And so for simplicity, let's call it first project. And this is don't it is not preferable to change the address location or path here, so leave it at as it is, so that the projects get created in the solution, in the current solution. So click create. Now when the create button is pressed, you should see some changes over the left here, and if you're not seeing this on the left, yours might be on the right, but it doesn't matter. So for us, the first project in C++ is created, and there are certain filters, and these are not folders, these are filters inside this project, and these basically filter out the files so that we can visually see those in different in a different structure. So most of the time we will be dealing with these two folders, header files and source files. And for now, let me get to the point where you can create your own part, on code file that we have seen before. So right click this source files folder or filter and go to add and go to new item for now. And inside the new item, you should see these files listed up. Rename the file and call it main. We'll call it main. You can call it anything, but every function, every program has a main function. So that main function is mostly present in a file called main. So this is by design. This is what I have seen over the years. So rename this, make sure this CPP file is selected. CPP is the main file where the code is written in C++. Every code is written in either C++ header file or CB file. For nowadays, we are not getting into the details, or we're not making complex programs. So only one CPP file will be enough. Make sure this is selected. You have renamed it to main or anything you like, but for now we will be calling it main. So after this, click this add button so that the file with the name main is gets created in the current project. Okay, the file should get created. All right, yes, the file is created. Yes. So here, this is the main working area, and anything you code will go here. So if you recall, we have been, uh, we have already discussed one of the program and one of the basic program, and you can just go ahead and type that program here, and or otherwise you can just copy any program from anywhere and just start and paste it here simply. But for this video, I will just type it, and I will encourage you to type together with me so that these things come second nature to us. And first line contains this include, which is which tells the compiler to include this file wherever it is in the C++ built-in directories. And the next thing is int main function, and in the inside the function we call this, yeah, and hello world. This is what we have seen in our previous videos, and return 0. So this is that main program that we have already seen and looked into the details of, but for now we have retyped it so that you can follow me along with this in this video. So the rest up is same, and by simply clicking this run button or local debug button, you can run this program and see what happens. Hopefully this will work. So what you should see this command prompt window, which will print the output as we have asked it to do. So there we go. Hello world is printed. You can close this window, otherwise it will remain open. So from now on, I encourage you to code with me as we go along, and we'll be discussing more features and more more type of instructions in C++, and things will start getting complex as we know as we go into the details of every statement or every instruction. So yes, this is it. And on the left side, Solution Explorer. This is where the files will be listed as we create more and more files and more projects. And this is the main working area where you will be coding. And once you are ready to, build it or run it, you can just go ahead and click this button, local debugger. Here, debug and release there are two options. Debug is something we mostly use when the product is not and the program is not not released. You can also debug in the release mode, but mostly I have seen and I've used this debug option, and so will you. In the release mode, you can also do this release mode and build it. What will happen it that by built-in by default, there will be more, you know, there will be increased performance of the program. But for simple programs, you won't notice much if either of these option is selected. In these option x64 and x86, you might see either of these. If you might see one of these x86 option if your system is 32-bit operating system, But mostly nowadays we can see both of these because nowadays most of the OS operating systems are 32-bit operating systems and 64-bit operating systems. So in the 64-bit operating system, we will see both of these options. So this is the default configuration, debug with x64, and you just hit the run button and let the magic happen. So that will be it for now, and we will see you in the next video where we will start exploring C++ further by seeing what we can do or what are the data types in C++. See you then.